Hi, my name is Jason Sanders. I'm Managing Director of Flycast Executive Search. And a few videos ago, I shared the importance of saying no to candidates. So why you want to get them out of your pipeline and increase your chances of hiring great candidates. And today I'd like to share with you how to actually do that. Now, the how is really important because you generally want to preserve the relationships that you have with the people that you've spent time with. You've made an investment, and the people that you're speaking with could very easily be somebody that you want to hire in the future for maybe a different role. They could be somebody that you want to sell something to, maybe a project, or they could be somebody that could be a future boss. You never know. So you want to keep the relationships, and there are a few things that you can do to keep them. The first thing, which is the best, it's the easiest to do for both parties, and that is to come to a mutual agreement that the position is just not a fit. And if you take the point of view that each conversation is exploratory and that each conversation represents a dialogue, a back and forth between you and a candidate, then you'll be setting yourself up for that kind of conversation when and if the time comes. Another way that you can do this is to keep in mind that the individuals that you're working with, that you're interviewing, want to know the truth. And you kind of owe it to them. But even apart from that, you want to give that to them because it makes it easier and it builds a relationship. If you kind of dodge phone calls and you don't say anything, then essentially you're blowing a relationship. And if you want to have that relationship, then you're kind of out of luck. But one thing you can do when delivering the truth is if there's some specific aspect of what they did in an interview, what they did to prevent them from gaining your interest, from getting hired. Try to find that one thing and try to find the one thing that is something that they'll be able to improve. Maybe it's an interviewing style. Maybe they've overtalked the interview, for example. That's a problem that I've seen quite a bit, and it's actually the most common problem that I've seen among people that are among candidates. And so if I said something to somebody like, hey, listen, you kind of overtalked that interview, then they'll get it. It'll click, and they'll thank you for the feedback, in fact. So you'll be saying no to them on the one hand, and on the other hand, they'll be thanking you, and you can preserve the relationship nicely if you provide that kind of feedback. And now you may have gotten 5 different pieces of feedback as to why the person isn't right, but if you focus on one, and particularly if it's something that they can improve, then you'll be doing that person a service. Another thing to keep in mind is what it's like to deliver the news. Now, this is particularly important if somebody is really, really interested in the job. And the way that I do this is I will typically I'll end up leaving a voicemail. If I get somebody live, that's great. But a lot of times you end up with voicemail, and I leave kind of a flat voicemail. I don't leave a happy, cheery voicemail. I kind of say, hey, give me a call back. I wanted to talk to you about the position. Very simple, straightforward. And then when they call me or we get on the line, I'll start off generally with the word unfortunately. So I'll say, hi, just want to let you know, unfortunately, blah, 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 blah. And that blah, blah, blah is quite a long thing. So I could go on for a minute, for a couple minutes, whatever it takes for the person to absorb the impact, because typically when you're saying no to somebody that's interested, when you're rejecting somebody, frankly, they need a little bit of time to kind of get their legs under them, to stop being wobbly, and to be able to respond. And what I'll do is I'll kind of talk things through. I may give them a reason why the company wasn't interested in hiring them. Or I may go on and I'll tell them, listen, I thought you were a great interviewer, and these are the kinds of things that I would like you for. Or there are lots of different ways that you can go about this, but keeping the conversation going. Frankly, they're probably not going to remember a lot of what you say after, unfortunately. So just kind of going on and on to the point where it feels like they're ready to speak. Then you can stop, let them tell you, maybe air out their disappointment, and then you may be able to do what I suggested earlier, which is to give them some straightforward, honest feedback that they can use in the future. Now, if you found this helpful, you may find our ebook helpful. It contains 15 questions that you need to ask because it's a competitive marketplace. And if you're not setting yourself up, you're not going to get the best candidates and you're not going to be able to help your organization grow in the way that it needs to. So download our ebook, 15 questions. It's short, it's easy to read. And of course, if you want the answers to the 15 questions, then please subscribe to this channel.